Don't sit down, turn around, and let's get out of this town where the people have scars just from living. And let's drive on down below on this solemn country road while the city lights fade fast in the night. Searching high, searching low, we don't know yet where to go, but our faces are pointing to the target. No matter what we left behind, we'll keep moving till we find another place without a name and not a sound. Let's get lost in the open just to find our lost peace of mind. Let's go out, find a haven in the world to claim our peace of mind. Out in the open.
I first met Kelly in 2005 when we started a new job together. Within the first week, we became best friends. She had recently moved to the area like myself. Kelly was spirited and competitive and driven in her role, and she didn't like to take orders, which I'm sure Alex has learned over the years. Outside of work, she was adventurous, persevering, and open-minded. She learned to cycle as an adult, a tough thing to do when you're older. She literally threw herself into new experiences, sometimes without logic. For example, one weekend we were camping with some friends at a lake. Despite telling people she was a strong swimmer, i.e. she couldn't swim, she asked if she could go around in the lake in an inflatable donut ring by a speedboat. She nailed it until she was flipped 12 foot into the air. Risk of drowning can't even stop Kelly from doing what she wants to do. She sets no limits on what she can achieve, and she positively influences others around her. One day we were sat at home and skydiving came on the TV. I mentioned it looked cool, but she never that I would never do it. She challenged me on why I couldn't, and with every answer I gave, she gave me a solution. And 2 months later, we were jumping out of planes together. And this sums Kelly up. She will literally convince you the sky is the limit, and all you can say is embrace it. Within 1.5 years of starting a new job, Kelly decided call centre life wasn't for her and decided she would travel the world by herself. She set off on her around-the-world trip, fearless, with a huge smile, and of course with her barber scissors, ready to tell people how bad their haircuts were, so she cut them, charged them, and make some cash. She visited Fiji for 2 weeks and didn't make it past her second country, New Zealand, where she set up home with free-spirited hippies, hitchhiking around the country, doing bungee jumps and climbing glaciers. While she was away, she left me with an important task of visiting her nan every couple of months, and what an incredible lady June was. One of the most interesting and wonderful women I've ever met. June was an incredible storyteller and lived a fulfilled life. She shared stories of meeting Gandhi, including pictures of them together in a small vase he gave her. She had a keen interest in watching sport and was shocked when she pulled out the starter's pistol from her father-in-law that he'd used in the England 1908 Olympics. But June's greatest love was Jim, her husband, who she spoke about so often. Kelly always aspired to meet someone and share the same unconditional love as June and Jim, and I'm pleased she has. When Kelly returned to England after her travels back to normal 9-to-5 life, that's when everything changed and she met Alex. So Kelly, as you embark on this new chapter of your life, always remember the incredible person you are and the profound impact you have on everyone. You make the world a better place, and we're all grateful to share this day with you.
Standing here today as Alex's lifelong friend and giving you a little insight into his younger years. We've known each other since the heady days of primary school, where our imaginations run wild. I have vague memories of us reenacting battles from the Thundercats, striving to beat the evil forces of Mumra. We were armed with wooden swords that Bill and Lex made at Glenford Youth Offenders Prison. He did work there, by the way. He wasn't. I can honestly say that I've never known anyone like him. He's always been there for me, my partner in crime, and my bros in every sense of the word. And today, I'm incredibly proud to celebrate this momentous occasion with him. Someone recently asked me what he was like when we were kids. And I said, he's just the same as he is now. And that's a compliment. He was always as kind and loyal and as self-assured. He was also a big, strong lad at school, especially in comparison to me. And the combination of these traits really helped me out on many scrapes. Then came secondary school, and Alex, being a clever one, passed his exams and went off to a different school across town. But luckily, at the same time, his family moved 5 minutes around the corner. Alex made sure I was welcomed into his new life, into his new friendship group, and our life revolved around music and skateboarding, exploring every corner of Birmingham on the train. The other day, I asked my mum if she had any stories to share about this time, and she said, and I quote, "We never used to see you. You used to disappear for the weekend, on your skateboards. God knows what you're up to." And I think we'll leave it there. At some point, we found a new home at a pub in town with a basement with a variety of punk, grunge and rock bands. Alex's size came in handy again, as he was one of the first that got served at the bar. And when the night was over, we used to head back on the train using his foolproof tactic of pretending to be asleep when the ticket inspector came by. Our music taste evolved into drum and bass, and the nights got longer and we started working together, surviving on a couple of hours sleep before working 16-hour days. I'm not sure if Alex knew exactly what he wanted to do work-wise at this time, but whatever job he took, he always went after it with relentless energy and enthusiasm. Whether it be touring the country with Valve Sound System, working at the Icon Art Gallery, or becoming a chef at Pizza Express, where, as always, he excelled. He excelled very quickly within the business and climbed very high up, becoming regional training manager and winning Pizza Chef of the Year. The pizza he created also ended up on the menu. He's been my voice of reason, or sometimes not so reasonable, absolute chaos, but he's in some of the best memories that I have. He's a kind of friend who'll drop everything and come and help you out. In fact, only recently, during some house renovations, I spoke to him on the phone, and he could tell I was really at the end of my tether. That weekend, he jumped in his car and came up from Hereford and helped me out for the whole weekend. I know many of you here will have been on the end of that kindness and loyalty. We've learned together, worked together, travelled together, grown together, and somehow managed to make it to adulthood relatively unscathed. I've never seen him truly as happy and content as he now is with Kelly. The love they share, the amazing family they've created here with Lenny and Reuben, and also the life they've created in Hereford. Thank you, everyone.
All no respects. I didn't expect it this part.
Sorry, we sprung it on you.
This is a poem I've known since a long, long time, at least half an hour. So bear with me. Marriage is about giving and taking, and forging and forsaking, kissing and loving, pushing and shoving. Take that as you can. Caring and sharing, screaming and swearing. About being together, whatever the weather. About being driven to the end of your tether. About sweetness and kindness and wisdom and blindness. It's about being strong when you're feeling weak. It's about saying nothing when you're dying to speak. It's about being wrong when you know you're right. It's about giving in before there's a fight. It's about you living cheaply as one. You can give us a call if you know that's done. Never heeding advice that was always well meant, never counting the cost until it's all spent. And for you two today, it's about to begin, for all that the two of you have put in. Some days are filled with joy, and some days with sadness. Too late you'll discover that marriage is madness.
Hi everyone, I'm Big Al. It's now 22 years since I met Little Al. He never liked that nickname anyway. He rang me up out of the blue and told me he'd proactively been to Nottingham with his dad and found a house and suggested that I'd take a punt on living with him because I didn't know anyone else anyway. So the universe has spoken and a friendship was born. So Al studied fine art at uni, and according to my wife, everyone knows that fine art isn't really a degree. But he seemed to know this to be true, but we soldiered on regardless, burning our candles at both ends, kindred spirits bonding over a shared love of Aldi Southern Comfort and tangy cheese Doritos. And we developed a kind of brotherly love, except the kind of brother you're allowed to smoke rollies in front of. We continued living together after uni into our early 20s, moving to Birmingham, me starting out as a photographer and Al taking the pizza world by storm. And it was around the time Al's haircut started improving. He came home from Pizza Express one night looking particularly perky, telling me he got the number of his barber on his lunch break. Anyway, what I remember from back then is still true now, though. It's how easy and natural you've always been together. I mean, you stand side by side, shoulder to shoulder. Your characters complementing each other perfectly. Kel's vision and Al's relentless energy and all their saved £2 coins have taken them on an amazing 16-year journey with many house moves, countless van conversions, far-flung travels to Morzine and Austria and Australia.
We did go there too.
Austria too, and the amazing success now of their shared vocation in barbering, which suits you, sir. And over the years, they've continued to be themselves, loyal, kind, supportive, chipper voices of reason, always one phone call away. They're the first people there to help you when you need. Yeah, they're the first people to help you when you need to move house when you've left packing to the last minute. For example. The most amazing achievement has been my two sweet boys. Who have brought a deeper structure and meaning into life. You're amazing. And a few years ahead of my little tribe, your family is an inspiration to Clarissa and I. And you're passing your legacy through Reuben and Lenny, who are the realest, funniest, and most energetic boys. When we arrived yesterday, Reuben asked our Kai if he wanted a tour of this place, and then Lenny lent him his bubble gun. So your boys are kind, supportive, and the first ones to help, and a true tribute to their parents. I love you both dearly, and I look forward to what the next 22 years have in store.
22, gracious.
I'm so lucky to have you. You're the best partner to me and the best daddy to our boys. I love you so much. We've shared all these years together and now you've finally managed to make an honest woman of me. Congratulations. I had to make sure, right? I know that we, as a couple, are winning. We have a lovely life together. I'm so grateful I get to spend it with you. By supporting each other, we've managed to achieve so much. I'm so proud of our accomplishments, from spending the majority of our 20s either drunk and or travelling around the world, to starting up our awesome barbershop, becoming parents to our beautiful children. I think we're doing a pretty good job. We certainly do have our ups and downs. You have to put up with my mood swings, compulsiveness, messiness, spoilt food, and I have to put up with you checking the doors are locked 20 times before you can leave the house and chewing really loudly. I think it's okay. I know we love each other more than we annoy each other. That day, 16 years ago, when you first asked me out, you were working at Pizza Express at the time. And in the paper that day, Mystic Meg said, "Just one smile where pizza is on sale will launch love." And that day, you brought me in a heart-shaped pizza with all my favourite toppings. I cut the horoscope out, and I still have it. She was right, I did find love, so I broke up with my other boyfriend and never looked back. Alex, I promise to be by your side in sickness and in health, to be loyal, faithful, and I look forward to all of our future adventures together.
Kelly, I love you so much. I know we always tell each other, but I never feel like I tell you enough. I still remember our first date 16 years ago, and the especially romantic Wetherspoons I took you to. I remember how cool I thought you were with your dreadlocks and beaming smile. You made me laugh with tortoise jokes and spoke to my friends like you'd known them all your life. I felt like we instantly clicked, and I knew from early on there was no one else for me. Over the years, we've worked together, travelled together, partied together, and started a family together, but we never seem to get enough of each other. I think one of the reasons is that we fill in each other's blanks. You always have big picture ideas and a plan for the future, but lack spatial awareness and a concept of how long it can take things to do. I, on the other hand, can focus very well on the intricate details of small tasks, can always tell you if things are going to fit into a space. And if you'd have asked me when I started, would have been able to tell you that the cupboard under the stairs was going to take me 8 months to build. There are definitely things I do to annoy you, but you usually manage to see past them. And when you don't, I just bring up your snoring and how messy you are. You're the most amazing. You're the most amazing mother to our boys, and we all adore you. You're the glue that holds a family together, and we would truly be lost without you. You're my best friend and partner in crime, and I promise to listen more and talk less, to support you in all of your ideas and plans, and care for you and our boys, and always be by your side.
Max, if you want to bring the rings up. The wedding ring is a symbol of eternity, a circle that has no beginning and no end, just as love has no end. These rings represent the unbroken bond of trust, respect, and commitment that you share. As you place these rings on each other's fingers, remember that this is a visible sign of the vows that you've made today and the promises that will endure through the rest of your life together.
We should have practiced this, sorry.
I'm pleased to announce the newly married couple. You may please.
We could change our history, we could change our trajectory, we turn our faith around and start from nothing. It could take a little while, we may fall from time to time, but we know we are never looking back. Let's get lost in the open just to find our lost peace of mind. Let's go out, find a haven in the wild.
Like that. Oh, I thought that, yeah.
Hello, everybody. I'm the father of the bride. Yes, I'm here all week. I tried to teach my daughter 3 of the most important things that I'd learned in my life. The first was a good work ethic, which I think we all know that's there. From a very early age, I helped her become a barber. I was the mug that she practiced on, having flowers clippered into my hair and other symbols before being shaved off. And I must admit, one of the symbols she went a little bit too deep with, and on sight they could just catch the glimpse. And the second part of my nickname that time was Head. Yes. Now I have 2 new barbers, Reuben and Lenny, who cut my hair. Although Reuben does make me chuckle when he turns round and says, "I've been taught by the masters." The second of the 3 was drinking. Well, that says it for itself, doesn't it? The third, partying, of which says it for itself, and she excelled at all 3. Kelly left me for the first time aged 16 to be an au pair in Turkey. It was a cold January morning. She left me from Birmingham Airport. There was no drinking or partying over there. Don't think she really knew the meaning of going cold turkey. Then,
You get what you done there. You get what you done.
Then she met Claire, and they jumped out of planes and talked about bungee jumps, which Kelly did 3, and she was so disappointed in New Zealand when she found out that the highest bungee jump had just been usurped by South Africa, but she still did it. Next stop, she's off to New Zealand for a year. Tears in my eyes as my beautiful young girl got on that plane. I'm returning. Who is this tree hugger with dreadlocks and a hitchhiker? I couldn't believe it. What's the hat? It's a hitchhiking hat. Well, what do you use that for? Going across New Zealand, stupid. On her next job at Kent's Barbers in Sutton, no parking. But with the help of the head chef and a little bit of flirting, can I park my car in your car park? Yes, you can. And then they started flirting a bit more while he was having his haircut. And then all of a sudden, as time went on, Alex came in to have his haircut at the barber's. And he saw all the happy birthday on Kelly's section. And he thought, there we go. So he went outside, went to the car park, got some huge pink flowers and put them on a white rusty car. Well, she came back so excited and went, "Dad, come and have a look at my car." And the tree hugger loved it. But the big hairy arse builder that would drive to Sainsbury's got some very funny looks. I think that was the start of their, or Kelly's, love for Alex, with that pink flowers. Where are we now? I'm pausing a bit, so I can't read my own bloody writing. Yep, done that one. Right, where are we? Right. Yes, I'm skipping down this. A van appeared, and those words that scare the hell out of me and always have with Kelly. We've got a little project. So this van was turned into a camper. Insulated, boarded, bed, storage, flooring, safe. While Alex was doing the wiring, the hi-fi, the lights, the TV, the leisure batteries, the solar panels, getting the windows fitted, and Kelly got a ghetto sticker and for 2 days she was finding the right position for this gecko stick. And then Alex stuck it down. After the French Alps, hosting for the season, off over the Alps, through France, Switzerland, Italy, Croatia, up to Germany, Belgium, Holland, and back to the UK. Next stage, and I've skipped again, was 2 backpacks. Australia for a year. Kelly, taxi driving. Alex, concreting 40 degrees temperature, and also a removalist. Now, removal men in this country will go from Cornwall up to Scotland, and it's a big deal. Over there, that's local, mate. Yeah, so they also took care of a fragile old man, dribbling and farting all the time. But after a month, I flew home. So, headed for the new chapter. Alec worked hard to help Kelly establish her first shop. The hard work behind the screens helped turn it into a thriving business. Once the business was firmly on its feet, Alex swapped his day job for a pair of clippers and scissors, and they have never looked back. Kelly, have you always marched? You've always marched your own beats of your own drum, and I couldn't be prouder. You found your perfect match in Alex, a man who's not only supported you through every step of your journey, but have also become an eternal part of your shared dream. Together you've built something truly special, not just in your business, but in your family. Rue and Lenny are the best proof of that. They've inherited your adventurous spirit. Sorry. And I can see you both on your, can see they'll keep you both on your toes. Here's a lifetime of love, laughter, and lots of adventures. To Kelly and Alex. Can I have a whiskey now?
Hello, my name's Max, I'm Al's brother, and he's asked me to say a few words today. Which, you know, when he first asked me to say a few words, I was quite nervous, quite apprehensive. And actually I was standing over there looking at my notes, and I was doing this, and a lady I don't know came up to me and said, "Are you nervous?" And I said, "Yeah," and she said, "Your first time?" I said, "No, I've been nervous lots of times." But they do say to open with a joke, so I actually have a long list of jokes, so let's see how many we get through. Knock, knock. Yeah. Thank you. Car. Cargo, beep, beep, yeah. What's the most difficult thing about being a beekeeper? Remembering all of their names. Okay, I'll do. But I was not quite sure how to start a speech, so fortunately last week I was at another wedding, and I was paying very close attention to what the best man said in his speech. And the first thing he kicked up with was how he'd met the groom. And as people who may not know us that well, I'm 6.5 years younger than Al, and I don't remember how we met. He was sort of always around, like the sun. So we're going to skip over that. We're not doing that. He's before memories. And I'm also going to be offering words of wisdom, which the nice thing about today is obviously Al and Kel have been together for 16 years, more of which we'll come back to later. And it feels a bit beyond them needing the wisdom from his little brother. I think they're probably fine on that score. But despite not remembering when I met Al, I do remember meeting Kel for the first time, which was, as most people's speeches seem to encompass, opposite Pizza Express in St Coldfield. So we're in the bottle of, I'll paint you a picture, we're in the bottle of Sack, which is a Yates's wine bar. I hope it's burnt down. Wetherspoon, sorry. It's... Yes, it is. And I'm there with the assorted people that work at Pizza Express, and Al comes over with Kel, and he's been getting his hair cut, and he goes, "This is Kel." And it's quite early on, so they haven't really established, it's not "this is my girlfriend," guys, "this is Kel," who's the nicest, smiliest, most engaged. I briefly thought maybe I knew her, but was just drunk and had forgotten that I already knew her. But she was so immediately nice, and then after a couple of pints, they went off to, I don't know what they went off to, but they went off to somewhere else. Certainly not that stage, Kel. I remember thinking... well, they can't be going out as much nicer than all of his previous girlfriends. So they possibly can't be a new girlfriend. But she was instantaneously in our lives. And this was a time when I spent a lot of time with Al. I was living in Birmingham, and he got me a job through nepotism at Pizza Express. And he was being really nice about it, and I was like, "Oh, everyone's really nice." And he was walking me around to introduce me to everyone. He goes, "This is my brother. He's the new dish pig," which is how he referred to people who did the washing up at Pizza Express. But to return to a theme, what has been really touching today has been being able to see. I'm going to leave that there. All the lovely memories that Anne and Kel already have, and I was looking at things that are younger than their relationship. 16 years is a long time. It's longer than the Great British Bake Off has been on TV. The reign of George VI. You can Google that later. And the Napoleonic Wars. It's also longer than the broadcasting career of Richard and Judy. And what's been so lovely in that, obviously, is in that time they've got a flourishing business together. They've got 2 beautiful kids. Been around the world more than once. They're constantly looking to new horizons. They don't have a book club at W.H. Smith, so keep, Richard and Judy dreaming. I'm sure you can get there in the end. I was worried this was a bit long, so I'm just skipping through a lot of Richard and Judy related material. But the truth is, I don't have any words of wisdom for Al, because he's always taught me a lot. I remember particularly in another job that I gained through nepotism. Our Auntie Jill got me a job working at Edgbaston Cricket Ground, and I was 16, I'd finished my GCSEs. And you couldn't tell me anything, I didn't want to do it. I was sitting on the sofa and I was like, "Oh wow, I can't be arsed, I'm not doing it." And he fixed me in the eye in possibly the only serious conversation we had in our entire lives at that point, and he was incredulous. He was like, "What are you talking about? You lazy sod. Of course you're going to do it. Get out of the house and earn your own way." And as been touched on before, his work ethic is totally tireless. And whenever I talk to Al, we have a little catch-up, and I'd explain how he's renovating his own house, and he's teaching the kids, and he's working at the bars, and I'm like, "Yeah, I've been sitting on the sofa, it's been really good." He just continuously astounds with everything he does. And the thing is, he's a very nice man. He attracts lovely people. And when I was in Birmingham, I stayed there for a while, but between uni and then moving away, we were in the same pubs a lot, and my mates sort of became his mates. Because he was just such a nice bloke. They all wanted to hang out with him. And they were mostly coming up with new nicknames for him. So he started as Big Max. And then they started calling him Cool Max. And then eventually I lost my patience. They started calling him Hot Max. And I was like, "Please don't call my brother that way." And he eventually became more popular with my friends than I was with them. And I was reflecting on that a little bit on the stag do, of which there's a few veterans here, somewhere between the cheese tasting events and the clog making workshops that we spent our time at. We sort of sat around and realised that he brought all these lovely people together who had nothing in common, but just good people attract good people. And that's really nice, and thank you very much to everyone for coming today. Probably go back to Kel, actually. No one's yet officially said how beautiful Kel looks today from this microphone stand. And although I was surprised earlier, watching the ceremony, getting quite emotional, because I've known them for 16 years, shouldn't be. But it's a lovely thing to officially sort of bring families together. And I'm really proud of both of them, and I love you both very much. So, other than more Richard and Judy jokes, no, that was it. Thank you very much. Thank you all very much.
Hi everyone.
We have an impromptu addition to the speech schedule. You've got to go before me. Yeah, no, because my mind finishes out. You going to do it? You got this, bro. Hang on. Is this one? Hello. Right, okay, so Reuben would like to say a couple of words.
Hi, Reuben. You've got a microphone, you've got a room full of people. What do you want to say? Go on, bro, you got
Not quite.
Do you want to say something now, or do you want to maybe say something after? Okay, all right. Big round of applause for Reuben, please. Okay. Sorry, it's 2 pages. Right. Thank you to everyone who's put mountains of work in, first of all, today. There was a whole team of people here yesterday, like 45 people, tying ribbons on chairs, putting runners on tables, redoing the table plan because I said it was wrong. I'm very sorry. James and Meg especially, sorry about that. Yeah. Thank you to everyone. I know at times this has seemed a little bit chaotic, but it pretty much just reflects who me and Ken are as people, so get used to it. First of all, I'd like to say to Laura and Elio, the owners of the Sheep Shed, these guys have actually gifted the hire of this venue to a childhood cancer charity called Be More Frank. The charity auctioned the wedding venue and the highest bidders, which meant we got to have the venue, but we also got to make a donation to charity, which was amazing. They live right next door, so if later on in the evening they ask you to be quiet, please do so, okay? They've been incredibly accommodating and helpful with everything we've asked them for, so we're incredibly grateful for their generosity. So I know we just did it again, but another big round of applause. Right. First of all, my parents, Bill and Jen. Feels weird calling you that, but there we are. Over the years, I know all you've wanted for me and Max is to find someone special to make a life with. And when I found Kelly, you welcomed her into our family with open arms. So that was absolutely amazing. Thanks for all your help and support that you provide for us week in, week out for the kids, doing whatever you can to make our lives easier. You're so loved by us and the boys. We're so grateful for everything that you do. You've shown unwavering support to me as parents and have expertly walked that fine line of keeping me on the straight and narrow, which now that I have my own children, I can fully appreciate. So thank you for that. Kel's dad, Bill, thank you. Amazing speech, Bill. Thank you for being on hand any time that we need you. Thanks for making an awesome cocktail bar for the kids. So if anyone hasn't been there yet, the boys have got a cocktail bar out there. You need to go out. Reuben and Lenny are mixing up a storm. Kel adores you. There's no other way of saying it. You've not had it easy being a single parent to 2 very difficult children, but at least one of them has turned out okay. I'm not going to say which one. So pat yourself on the back for that one. And Sam for taking care of Bill in recent years and keeping you soberish so far for today, and for always being so welcoming and accommodating anytime on our trips up to Birmingham. It's been amazing. The boys adore their baba, and you've inspired a couple of budding young carpenters, as our neighbour Rob can testify to, especially. He's especially pleased with the treehouse the boys have built, which means at any time they can chat to him over the fence while he's making important business calls in his home office. To the bridesmaids, you all look wonderful. You've been amazing today. All the help you've given Kelly getting ready, round of applause. All the help you've given Kelly on the run up to this today, making sure that there's no creases in her dress, doing her hair, it's been amazing. Everything. Thank you to Bond for the shots, which aren't out yet, but when we do have shots later, we're thanking Bond for that. Thank you for Tan for going out your comfort zone and wearing orange. You look amazing. Where are you, Tan? Do a little wave. Thank you to Kiana, for especially, I hear Kiana was looking after Kelly on the hen do, or seemed like the voice of reason when everyone else was going a bit mad. A special thanks to Lizzie for helping out with all the flowers and crafty stuff today as well. I'll drop your glue gun back later if you haven't already given it back to you. Lizzie's been there, made all the confetti outside. Have I forgotten anyone? Have I got? Yeah. No, I've got a power Claire. Don't worry, it's fine. We'll get there. Claire, you're one of our oldest friends. Sorry, not oldest, longest serving. We're so grateful for you to do the ceremony. You put so much work in. I stood earlier and watched Claire, and she had almost like a clipboard. That's a round of applause for Claire. Claire, I was recently a celebrant, and I was nowhere near as organised as Claire was. She has like a minute-by-minute breakdown of how the day was going to go. She had like this laminated fold. I thought it was laminated at one point. She had this folder with everything in. It was perfect, Claire. It was absolutely amazing. Meticulously planned. It was massively delivered, and it was perfect. Max, my brother and best man. There we go. Thank you for your help for the last couple of days, for always being on the end of the phone anytime I need a chat, and for understanding that I usually need someone, mostly you, to send all the weird and wonderful videos and things I find online, and any of the weird things that are in my head at the time. You're the perfect vent for that. Thank you. I'm glad you decided against PowerPoint presentation as well, mate, because I don't think that would have gone well. But yeah, thank you very much. And I'm very grateful for you going easy and running your speech, because you could have done a lot worse. Big Al, your words. Amazing words in the ceremony, thank you. Thank you ever so much. We were living together when Cal and I met, and I think, yeah, he was the one who kind of saw how besotted we were with each other when we started living together, somewhat sickeningly at times, so I'm very sorry about that. And it's in my speech. I still feel very bad about moving out and leaving you with Dom, so sorry about that. And later on you can ask Al about Dom. I think like Sheldon, Big Bang Theory kind of guy. Yeah. B, my oldest friend. Where has he gone? Where is he? Hey, there we go. Yeah, we've known each other since we were 5 years old. You were talking about earliest memories, and I think I mentioned this at your wedding, but one of my earliest memories of B is him running around with just a hood of his coat on his head, like a cape, like running around the playground, like Superman. That's forever in my mind. And hopefully now you understand how nervous I was when I was talking at your wedding, because it was terrifying. Yeah, we couldn't ask for better friends, and we're so happy for everyone who's been a part today. It's amazing. Big love to all of you for coming to celebrate with us. We've got people coming from all over, especially those who've travelled far. So I want to say a massive thank you to everyone who's come from Scotland. Everyone who's come from Birmingham. Where are we? We've got London. It's a small amount. Reading. I think that's right too. Hey, there we go. That's the energy I want. Cardiff. Hey, there we go. Oxfordshire. Hey. And Hereford. Have we missed anyone out? No, I think we're done. That's okay. Okay. So yeah, it means the world to us that you're all here. To our boys. Oh, thank you. I'll take that. To our boys. I've got one of them right here. You bring us joy every single day. It's so amazing. You both look unbelievably cool. Ruben especially with his pocket watch. You're without a doubt the best dressed people here, I'd say. Oh, Lenny's going to be in his shirt and stuff. There we go. Look at that. Round of applause. I can't tell you how proud we are to be your parents. Not yet. You can have it in a moment. Having you guys is by far the best thing we've ever done. And you've definitely made us better people. So, big round of applause for yourselves. Side note, when I was writing my vows, I asked them both what I should put in there. Lenny, what should I write in my vows? Lenny said, promise to give Lenny loads and loads of gifts. So that's what Lenny wanted. Then I asked the same question to Ruben, and he said, to love your wife and hope to be with her for many more years. Oh, yes, exactly what you said.
I said the exact same thing, except with Mr. Monkey Chops.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Monkey Chops. And finally to my wife Kelly. First of all, nice cake. And if no one's seen it yet, no one appreciates it, there we are. You look absolutely stunning. We couldn't have done any of this without you. We've both been really nervous about today, and it seemed really overwhelming at times, and it's been a lot to organise, but we've done it. I think this is the last bit that I or anyone else needs to do, So all I was going to say from now on is here's to spending the rest of the day eating and drinking with loved ones. Thank you all for being here. I think Ruben just has one more thing he'd like to say. I'll get you the other microphone right there.
Okay. Oh, my voice is really squeaky.
Just hold it further away.
Hello, everybody. I just want to say that I know my parents were as long as I can possibly remember. And I'd like to shout out a few people. Right, number one, my mum and my dad are already up. And you of course know them, but it's their wedding. And I'd like everybody to notice my Uncle Luke and my Uncle Max there. And my nan and granddad and, well, my other granddad. I want everyone to notice them. And one of them is responsible for the flag outside, one of them is responsible for the mocktail bar. And I just want to say today's been a really special day for them. And that's okay.
Okay, I think that concludes the speech section today. Thank you very much, everyone. Enjoy the food.